Alright, we found the problem. As you know, my scooter wasn't starting, and it wasn't starting before. So, um, what I did is I replaced it with the high performance ignition coil. So instead of, starting at 14 volts, it starts at 16 volts. And, a really good spark plug. And then what I did, because it still wasn't starting, like I'd go somewhere and it'd get stuck and I'd have to use a jump pack. And then what I did is I, I, you know, I replaced the rectifier. So the problem was that I just tested it today on my previous video, and the rectifier was reading 16 volts, right? And I was like, wait a minute, it drops down to 12.5, 12.9. So I instantly knew that was the rectifier's problem. My old ignition coil did 14 volts now. So if you get a better ignition coil, you get higher voltage. Which, doesn't mean anything. So we fixed the problem because this rectifier is reading 16 volts flat. And that's what you want, because what happens is that the ignition coil heats up and it won't start when you go somewhere. No, wait. Yeah, the ignition coil will heat up too much. I don't actually know, but you're dealing with heat somewhere, like uh, what happens is, oh no, it's not heat. Sorry, I'm mistaken that. It's the exact opposite. A bad rectifier will start at 16 volts, right, and then it'll drop down to 12 volts, so it won't start. And I'll do that right away. So you're dealing with too little heat, basically, and that's why it doesn't start when you go somewhere. Um, but yeah, what you want is a 16 volt setting that's a flat, that doesn't drop down. Like, it doesn't do that when the engine's cold. It will do that after a minute. But after waiting a few, like 20 seconds, I knew, you know, what the problem was. The rectifier's bad. If the voltage drops down to 12.5 or 13 from 16, I instantaneously knew I had a bad rectifier. So I don't have to use my jump pack anymore. I was using it in fears that, maybe the, like what I thought it was, why I didn't fix it earlier, and why I didn't look for the problem, is uh, I actually thought the I actually thought that since it was a Chinese-built scooter and it had the problem since I bought it, I actually thought it might be poor manufacturing, like maybe the variators spokes are too small, or something unknown, something like bad machinery, I thought it might have had to do with the motor's the way the motor was built. Maybe they forgot a gasket. I don't know. It's Chinese, right? But in fact, it was all me. They do, when you buy this from Amazon, they do. Uh, they don't give you a good spark plug, and they don't give you a good wheel on the back. Like that wheel had to be replaced. The wheel, the rim. I actually tested this. And I touched the rim. It was hot. And what that does is eventually the rims, uh, the rims seal will the main portion of the tire will wear out and it'll leak air. Like it won't leak complete air. It'll be like partially. Your tire will be like partially flat when you're riding this, and that's the only engineering flaw I found on this. And they might give you a bad rectifier, as in my case. But what they will do is they'll give you a bad wheel, basically. So if you buy this, be aware that you need a new rim. Like you'll definitely need a new rim. Because every time I touched that rim, it was hot. Like these. So see how this rim is about as wide as the center? The other rim went up to like here. And the heat from this exhaust, right, would just crawl on the rim when it's turning and, loosen the seal eventually to this. Like I said, you'll be able to use it. You'll just have bad PSI. You'll have something like 25 PSI instead of 35. So good luck on that.